You're listening to the Frequency and Flow podcast with Bree Couric, episode number 10. In this episode, I'm going to be sharing all about how to use human design to create a more aligned brand strategy. Let's dive in. In my 15 plus years as a marketing professional, I have a lot of experience with all aspects of marketing. But one area that I never, during that time, especially my time in corporate and in my agency days, one area that I never really took time to dive that much into was branding. And I had my reasons. Let me tell you why. So there were actually three main reasons. The first is I believed that branding was just for creative people, and I didn't see myself as a creative person. So I just was like, oh, branding, that's for creative people, not for me. Another big reason that I stayed away from branding and brand strategy is because I thought branding felt really contrived and fake. It felt like there was so much force that went into it that it just didn't feel didn't really jive with me too much. And the last reason is that I believed that brand and brand strategy was just one very small aspect of one small piece of the overall marketing and business puzzle. I really felt like, it was just, a brand. That's your colors, that's your logo, that's your font, that's your imagery. Those things, yes, they're a big part of a brand, but they didn't really feel like that meaty of a thing to focus on. You kind of figure that out and then you just move on with it. So that's what I thought. Okay, those were the things I believe, that it was only for creative people. It was really contrived and fake, and that branding really wasn't, and brand strategy wasn't really that big of a piece of the puzzle. Okay. I was so wrong. The more that I've gotten into branding, and this has happened especially since I've taken off in my own business or started my own venture, and now I work with online businesses, I have realized that I was so wrong. Branding and brand strategy is literally the foundation of your entire marketing strategy and a huge component of your business. Okay? I don't think I ever realized how important brand was until I started working with my one-on-one consulting clients. And honestly, since I've learned this and as I've gotten into it, since I've been consulting, I've been called more and more into crafting brands and creating brand strategies for the clients that I serve. It is something that has brought me just so much unexpected joy and fun and knowledge and expertise. I just love it. And besides just looking at it through a different lens as my own, as a business consultant in the way that I am now, what really helped me get into it more was actually understanding the important role that human design can play and can help enhance the brand. And so it can help create a strong and authentic brand if you really lean into, or not lean into it, but you use aspects and elements of your human design. They'll help unearth some of the essence of your own brand. Whether you're a personal brand or your business is a brand, ultimately they're both connected to you, the entrepreneur, the business owner, the creative genius behind your brand. So even if you aren't necessarily a personal brand, you still are a significant energy in your business. And therefore, your own personal human design chart is also really important to understand so that you can unlock certain pieces of that, your own brand and your own essence, and let that carry through into your business and into the hearts, minds, and souls of your potential clients. So I know I kind of just have hit the tip of the iceberg here, but there's so much nuance to this integration. And it's something that I really go into detail with my clients in frequency and flow activation sessions. It's something that there's layers and layers to it, but there's three things that I always start with, three elements of your human design chart that I always start with, and I always look at first to help me coach on my client's brand strategy, and that absolutely starting with the fact that I use this for myself and in my own brand strategy. So the first element is your human design type, which is there's 5 types. I'll go into each one in a little bit, and not just the type, but the strategy of the type. Okay, this strategy of what your type is, and I'll get into this in just a sec. But so your type, your human design type, represents how you exchange energy with the world around you and with your potential clients. So your human design type describes your aura, and your business, your aura is your marketing strategy. And so therefore, like, it's how you exchange energy with potential clients, with other people. And so your strategy, whether for, projectors, your strategy is to wait for the invitation. For generators, it's wait to respond. For manifestors, it's to inform and initiate. For reflectors, it's to wait a lunar cycle. For who am I forgetting now? Oh, manifesting generators. It's the combination of responding and then inform and initiating. Okay, so that's like the 2-second version of what your strategy is. Of course, there's a little bit more to that, but that is how you best exchange energy with other entities, other people, other, your business, etc. So therefore, it actually forms the structural foundation of your brand. In a way, it gives you the marketing playbook for your business. And like, basically, if you know your type, you can be like, okay, this is how I need to, at the highest level, I need to structure my business. It really helps you prioritize what you should spend your time on, how you should spend, like, what areas of your business you need to focus on to really brighten your aura and make it more sparkly using your human design. Okay, so your strategy, like applying that strategy to your business, I'm going to just go quickly through each of the types. So for generators, your marketing strategy, your marketing playbook, so to speak, is to shine the spotlight and on yourself, or on what you enjoy the most, and inspire others on what you love to do and how you do it. So it's really about kind of just showing what gets you, like, when you're aligned, like how sparkly you are, like what you love to do and how you do it. So you should kind of craft your marketing strategy around what really puts a spotlight on the things that light you up. For manifesting generators, your brand is your journey, and your marketing strategy, your marketing playbook, is to showcase your journey. So your journey, like from how you go, because you can move really fast and you like a lot of different things, are multi-passionate. It's showcasing your journey as you go through these things, is what people love to see. So your brand is like, oh, you went from this to this, and how you maybe took a couple different paths and somehow ended up here, and all the things you've learned along the way. That's your marketing playbook, is just showcasing those things. I mean, even if whether your path is straightforward or whether it's kind of a windy road with a roller coaster in there and a cliff you need to jump off of or mountain to climb, that's okay. Like, that's what people really love to see and connect with you on. For projectors, your marketing playbook, your strategy is about prioritizing doing what it takes to be seen and recognized. So this is all about really, laying the foundation of things that help you be seen. So it's not, even though you're waiting for an invitation, that means you need to be seen enough to elicit the invitation in the first place. I actually want to go back to generators and manifesting generators for a second to just say that because you bring so much energy to what you do, and when you're in your element, like, you almost give an example of like what it is to be in alignment. And that is a beautiful thing. So you help other people like attune themselves to that feeling and that journey of alignment. And so therefore that's why you want to like showcase that thing. And then so taking that back to projectors, it's really to just like make sure that you're able to be invited, that you're able to be seen. Sorry, I keep going back and forth. I'm just like all over the place on my outline for this episode. But when you're waiting, so for generators and manifesting generators waiting to respond, when you're in alignment, you're going to be delivered, you're going to be given all of these different things, potential opportunities, ideas, downloads, connections, like relationships. And so it's like being in your alignment and sharing how you stay in that alignment or how you navigate when you fall out of alignment. Like those are the things to shine the spotlight on. Like this is what it's like when I'm super happy and I'm super in my element. These are the things that have thrown me out of my element. And this is how I got back into alignment. Those are the things, or like how, like that, those are the things to be sharing. Those are the things to craft your strategy around, because that is what really inspires others. All right, moving forward to manifestors, your marketing playbook, your strategy is to just share your unique and oftentimes polarizing perspectives, because like your strategy is to inspire others into action. So to get in front of them, to say something that they either agree with or they disagree with, that they resonate with, that pulls them in closer to you, that repels them, because your gift is to inspire people to take action. So you need to kind of ignite that action. So that's what your marketing strategy and your marketing playbook should be based around. And then for reflectors, don't worry, the lunar waiting a lunar cycle, you don't necessarily have to do that when it comes to every marketing decision and strategy you take. It's really your like playbook from a marketing perspective is really all about being the voice of your community, both as a guide and like in the present moment, how to deal with situations in the present moment that you see. It's like, how are you navigating them? And then also, what do you see in the future? Like, what trends are you seeing? So it's really about being that voice that represents the community that you feel you're a part of, that you are a part of. Okay, so that's just that's the first, right? So the three things that help me coach on brand strategy, the type and specifically the strategy is the first thing. And I know I just gave a very, very quick overview. I don't want this, if I went into detail, this podcast episode would last like 2 hours. So I'm just kind of rolling through these specific examples, and hopefully you can take something from it and apply that to your own business and your own marketing and your own brand. The next thing I look at is the profile. So if you're looking at your human design chart, I'm specifically a 5-1. It's a number like 1 through 6 in a slash, two numbers that are 1 through 6 in a slash. So like I'm a 5-1, you could be a 2-4, a 3-5, a 6-2, like those are all profile numbers. So your profile represents connection and how you connect to the people around you. This is almost more like on a one-on-one type way, whereas the strategy was more of like the big picture. This is more really like, it doesn't have to be one-on-one, but it's like at a more intimate level almost. This could be your existing clients. This could be your potential clients. This could be people who are already customers. This could be just people who are ready to meet you, who are ready to come into your world. So you almost want to think of this as the vehicle through which you offer your services as well. So, right? So like this is, how do you serve people? This impacts your messaging and it impacts your offers. And if you really tap into this energy of what your profile is, like people like see you as that leader and as that guide that can help like take them to the next level or like move them a step forward, get them to the next step. Let's see. So the first number of those two, so for example, I'm a 5-1. So the 5, or if you're a 6-2, it would be a 6. If you're a 3-5, that would be a 3. The first number is the role that you innately feel and step into as your strength. and that you feel really comfortable stepping into. So it's like what you're called into, and it's what you also like voluntarily want to step, like innately step into. And the second number of that, so if as a 5-1, that would be the 1, a 3-5, that would be the 5, a 6-2, that would be a 2, is how others see you. So the first number is your conscious profile line. The second number is your unconscious profile line. So it's really like how others see you and connect with you. So you might not even see it in yourself, but it's like what others see you as and resonate with as you. And maybe it's something you can bring more awareness to, if and it might make resonate a little more as you bring more awareness to it. But it's something like I said, you might not even see it in yourself, but it's something that people see in you and respect you as a leader for this quality. Okay, so I'm going to run really quick through each of those 6 numbers that you can apply either as that conscious or that unconscious way. So line 1, if you have a 1 anywhere, like I'm a 5-1, so I have 1. It's really all about your foundation of knowledge and how you weave different bodies of thought, bodies of knowledge and thought, and your different modalities together. So you really have like, you're known for just being a wealth of information and really like using that, like kind of crafting and creating new, like melding it all together into some potentially something new. So you are known as someone who has answers. If you're a line 2, it's really about going all in on what you're really gifted at and allowing others to be awed and inspired by you just like in your element, you know? So it's really about just kind of doing. And so if you have this as a second one, like if you're 6-2 versus like a 2-6, or well, 2-6 isn't one, but you know what I'm saying? If it's your second number, you might not even know what your gifts are. You might have to like ask to figure out what those are, but it's really about kind of just dancing and playing with, and you really, people connect with you because of that specific gift. And it really helps you, like when you step into that gift, that's when you really like step into that role of the leader and the mentor, and like how you use that gift. All right, line 3 is really like your leadership style or your connection style is really about being the person who's an experimenter or using trial and error to grow and kind of push the boundaries of your field. So you're someone who's like, well, this has always been done this way. And sure, that's great. Like I can do it that way. But what if I did this or I tried this? And people around you absolutely love that you're the person that kind of takes things a step forward to push the boundaries. And you learn through experience, which means sometimes you'll succeed, sometimes you'll fail, and people still respect you and love you regardless of that. So like how can you do more of that in your own business if you have this line 3? Line 4 is all about connection and relationship. So if you have a 4 as one of your numbers, it's really all about like the relationships and connection. So creating and nurturing those personal connections and relationships, and almost like if this feels good to you, it's like cultivating a community around you. You really have that, like your business and your brand might be about community or creating a community or having community, or just like I said, like having strong relationships. Line 5 is all about using your knowledge and your experience to create effective and efficient solutions. So, you know, you're someone who has that body of knowledge and you know how to solve other people's problems with, you know, in efficient ways. This is all about efficiency, kind of making things work for other people in a way. So it's like, how can you use, like in your business, how can you make efficient solutions for people or help people through problems efficiently? That's really what a line 5 is all about from a brand perspective. A line 6 is all about being more of a role model and using your own life experience to be a guide and a mentor. You're really here, like a 5 can be a line 5 can be a teacher, but a line 6 is really a role model. Like learn by how I do things, or like here's what I learned, like teaching, like here's how you can learn it too, so you can apply it in your own way. So it really has more of a like a role model, kind of like a visionary feel. So like, how do you teach, like, to use this, what is it called? Cliche, like, how do you teach others how to fish for themselves? Like, that's a very line 6 thing. All right, so that's like the second the second element of human design I use to coach on brand strategy. So first is the type, specifically the strategy. The second is the profile. The third element is the conscious sun placement. So the conscious sun placement, if you're looking at your human design chart, if you're looking on the top right, where there's the row of all the gates to the right of like the body shape, the top right, just like little square with a number in it, it's a number 1 through 64. So it'll say like 64.5. And whatever that dot number is the first number of your profile. So for example, mine is 55.5 because I'm a 5-1. So it's the very top right number of like all of those boxes that have the different planets in them. So it's the conscious sun placement. So you'll see a little sun next to it, that number, that's your conscious sun. So that conscious sun represents your North Star or your guiding light in this lifetime. And this is super important for branding and brand strategy, especially for those of us, you who are here listening, purpose-driven entrepreneurs. Okay? It is your conscious sun is like, it is the most dominant energy in your human design. And it makes up almost 70% of your energy, your personality. It is the essence, like the primary essence of who you are and what you do. And of course, that is so important for your brand from your like a branding perspective. So in Gene Keys, this one placement, this conscious sun placement, is known both as your life's work and your brand. Like it's so important that it has 2 different placements in your Gene Keys hologenetic profile. That's how important it is. It means that the more that you tap into this frequency, the more your purpose and your own path are going to unfold in front of you. It like helps keep you, it like helps you navigate your, again, North Star energy, like helps you navigate along your journey. So is that like, this is what I talk to I'm like, when I work with clients, I ask them, is this energy coming through in the work that you do? Like, do you allow this energy to shine through in the marketing that you're doing? And if not, how can you infuse more of it in? It doesn't mean you need to blow up your entire business to focus on whatever the energy is of this conscious sun, but it's like, how do you give more of a, how do you infuse that energy more into what you do? I mean, so since there's 64 gates, I can't possibly go through into all of them, but I definitely recommend that you look yours up and study it and really feel into like, is this something that you are incorporating in your brand? All right. So just to recap really quick, the 3 elements of human design that I go to first thing right away when I'm working with clients on their own brand strategy is their human design type, and specifically the strategy for their type, their human design profile, the profile numbers, and their conscious sun placement. All right, so if you're looking for more guidance as you create your own authentic and aligned brand strategy, you should really consider a frequency and flow activation session where we'll pull up your human design chart and we'll use that to create a brand strategy that is very unique, custom to you, that incorporates your own energetic design into it. We can also use it to help really craft out not just your brand strategy, but your marketing strategy as well. So like, when you have your brand strategy, what does that mean from like content and like your website and all of those things like that. If this is something that you feel called to, you can find the link below in the episode description. I'm also going to be launching a self-guided, like self-study program specifically about how to create a comprehensive brand strategy for your business using some human design and Gene Keys elements. It's called Radiant, and you can get on the wait. It's going to be ready to be launched in late January, early February. So you can get on the wait list now by clicking the link below in the episode description. All right. If you learned something new today or resonated with something that I said, I would love to connect with you. DM me on Instagram, say hello, and maybe even share what your biggest takeaway was for you personally or for your business. And in our next episode, we're going to be talking, I just totally lost my train of thought. In the next episode, we are going to be going into the second ever weekly energetic business activation. Wow. Can you tell I'm tired? It's the end of the episode. So this is going to be where I'll be using all the cosmic transits. We'll be going into the specific cosmic transits for the week ahead, and you'll be getting specific recommendations about how to move your own business forward, leveraging these activations. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next episode.